Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Guillermo. For those interested in requesting any type of video, topic, review, reaction, commentary, re-review, random bit of business, video game playthrough, let's play, whatever the case may be, I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. Feel free to, PayPal's usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, Guillermo wanted me to take a look at this film called Frogman from 2020. Some say 2023, but I'm just going to say 2024 for the sake of the argument. And this is a found footage film that I thought was pretty good. I actually thought this was a nice surprise. And of the 4 requests he sent, this I thought was easily the best one of the 4. I'm always intrigued by found footage movies, even though I would say a good chunk of them suck, but when it's a surprise, it's a nice surprise. Whether it be Butterfly Kisses, or As Above So Below, or The Tunnel, among other movies. And this one is based on, I guess, a known cryptid. So maybe not as well known as Bigfoot, but the way this is set up is, how old was the kid? 10 years old? I think about 10 years old. It was 1999. It's 1999. It does look like footage from 1999, so that's one aspect I really appreciated, where this kid is with his sister and their family. It's a family trip. There's some arguing involved. And it does feel like a whole movie you would have found in 1999. Now, our lead kid is Dallas. Amongst the argument, he has his video camera. He turns. He sees footage. He sees a frogman. The footage is captured. And because of that and other things, the legend of the frogman has grown. It's many, many years later, and we see like all this artwork and pictures that people have drawn about the legend of it. And you have this guy that's like on a YouTube channel talking about this, and then he's making fun of the kid who took it. Oh, this guy peaked, and he tried to do films later, and look how awful it is. And we see that our lead character, whose name is Dallas, is watching this guy's video and his review, and he's like, oh, "You dumb dick." He's pissed at the guy. And one thing I'll say is that the acting in this is actually really good. That's one big positive for this film. Because a lot of times, not all, but a lot of times in these found footage films, the acting feels unnatural. Like they're trying to act like they're friends, or they're trying to act like they're scared, or they're trying to act like legitimate. I mean, a lot of them feels like acting, though. It feels like they're trying to act. Here, it comes off naturally, organically, works fairly well. Not just Dallas, but his buddy, who does wedding videos usually, who becomes the video cameraman. And then this girl who you tell that her and Dallas kind of maybe liked each other back in the day. And I guess they had a fling a while ago. She thinks they're just friends, but he's still in love with her. But it gets a little bit into that, but not too much. But enough that there's a decent amount of chemistry there. And there's some nice banter between the 3 characters. Again, and some good performances. And you see people's point of view, especially Dallas, where he's not doing the best in life. He's living at his friend's place, and his friend's like, "Listen, my wife, we agreed for you to be here for a little while, but a little while was turned to 2 years. Hate to say this, but you kind of need to get out." And so he's finally, since he's at wit's end, he's going to do something about it. He's going to get his old video camera, and he's going to try to find the frogman. To make people go, "Listen, I wasn't making it up. Wasn't a hoax." You know, he has really, for him, nothing left. And he's going to go on this journey. and then ultimately again his buddy and this girl, the three of them become a team, and they go off and where was it? Loveland. They go to this place called Loveland. And like I said, it seems a bit of a slow burn, like a lot of found footage films, where it's a slow burn to get into the story. But like I said, what I appreciated was that the acting was really solid, the banter was playful, the characters, like the other two, don't take it seriously, understandably so, because it's a fraud man. It's a in the title, the idea seems very silly and not scary. And like the lead guy, Dallas, is taking it seriously, but he's not automatically going, "You piece of shit." It's more like he knows, but he goes along with it. There's even a bit where the I forget her name, damn it, the girl's name. She's thinking of moving to LA and to be an actress. So as she's going to be a star of this documentary, she decides to have an accent, like she's, I don't know, Reba McEntire or something, and very southern. And I know, let's say, on one end they're being playful because it's a documentary about a fraud man, it's silly, but Dallas, he's trying to take this seriously, and you can tell he doesn't. I don't blame him. I mean, I don't think her southern accent is annoying, so I don't blame the guy for being a bit miffed. But then he's not going from 0 to 180 like that. He's like, okay, and lets her do it. There's even a bit where he's like playfully drives away. Hey, come back, and he's smiling. They get this bed and breakfast, and he doesn't really want to drink, but the other two give him the drink, and they're having fun and stuff. And the movie does have a sense of humor at times. Like they're interviewing people in town, and they're talking about the frogman myth, and that at one point might have this wand as what it is, and someone mentions, "Oh yeah, we all know frogman comes out to get a mate," and then I forget who it was. One of them goes, "So frogman fucks?" Yeah, he does. And even the cameraman, Scotty, like he turns the camera and he's like, well, he's either a big fraud trying to get his rocks off, or he's a big old bad legend, or, who gives a shit? So that's what I mean. It's such a weird, goofy premise of a creature. And in using there are times that the other characters use their phones, so you get a little bit more modern look, but a lot of it is the 1999 era video camera. So the footage will look like footage you would see in Blair Witch Project, which came out in 1999. And I think that kind of adds to that rough quality that makes certain scenes seem a bit creepier and have that retro look and feel because they filmed it in that style. I appreciate that. To have that kind of grainy look to it like the original Blair Witch Project, so I do appreciate that. Now, a lot of these movies, like, they'll do a slow build-up and then nothing happens. That's not the case here. And I appreciate that as well. But that's only in the spoilers. Yeah, I quite rather enjoyed this. I didn't really have a whole lot of issues with it. Maybe little nitpicks here and there, but I thought this was a pretty decent one. Not everybody dies at the end. I'll say that, so that's refreshing. Part of me wanted to go even more over the top and give like an action movie feel at the end. That's not the case. I would have gone in that direction, but I still like what they did, so did more into spoilers. They go searching for it, and they think they find it, but it's a guy running around with this crappy looking suit going, what are you doing, man? Get off me. What the hell are you doing here? I get paid to run out and steer people. You're the only one crazy enough to fucking catch me. Can I have my mask? Yeah, here's your mask. He throws it. Oh, thanks, dick. I don't think he says that, but you get the idea. So, of course, Dallas goes to the bed and breakfast, what is this BS? What's going on here? They just stop by the top, and they're kind of warned. And the other two, understandably so, are saying, let's leave, let's go. The cops are warning us, okay, we need to get the hell out of Dodge. And Dallas is like, okay, we will. But we're going to talk to this guy first. This guy named George. They talk to him to a bit. They're able to get this map. They go into the woods. And then they see a bit of the fraud creature, where it is done practically. There is a bit of shaky cam and film distortion. You get the idea that at times it can hypnotize people, especially, I guess, women. But it spits on the cameraman Scotty, is trying to chase after them, even just on the roof of their vehicle at one point. And okay, you think that's it, because a lot of these type of films go very minimal. But then they get to the bed and breakfast, and they start noticing weird things. And they hear this chanting, and they find this secret room, and they go into these tunnels, and they use a bit of night vision, and they see this cult where they have this, female victim, and there's the frog coming out, trying to get to her. And then you find out one of the cult is George, that guy, and he shoots at them because he's looking for his granddaughter. He's trying to tell the terrorists to get the hell out of here. And then the three run, and there's these eggs, and they find these eggs, and they find people in the eggs. And one of them is pregnant and gives birth to this fraud-like creature. Done with practical effects. And then Sally, the cameraman, Scotty, that stuff that was spit on, you get little clues afterward that something's going on. Like at one point he follows a fly. Who likes flies? Ribbit. So they turn and say, what's wrong with you? And you tell his face is changing, and he's turned into one of those fraud creatures, and he runs off. The frogman hypnotizes them, screwing with them. He gets out of it and sees that the frog's dragging the girl away. When he turns, it's got his whole tongue wrapped around her. And he finds the little asshole's wand and goes, what does he say? Hey, you fucking asshole! Shoots it. I wish they kind of went buck wild, where there's these cults and he starts using the wand Kazam, motherfucker! That's what I would have done. I would have been screw it. He got the wand. He got the Harry Potter wand. Start blowing up some people, or maybe add gunshot or burn them or something at the cult members, and I would have burned the frog's ass a little bit or something. See more take one of his eyes out or something. I think that would have been cool to see. Is that when he shoots it, you see take one of his eyes out, something like that. I would like to have seen. Saves the girl. They get out. George helps them out. He's like, you guys get out here. I'm going to go look for my granddaughter. The guy, tells her, listen, we got the proof. She's crying because she's out of it. And then we see it ends, and it's part of this, that the authorities don't take this footage seriously, which is absolutely the truth. They would not have taken it seriously, so at least they're being truthful on that. I said this is spoilers. The girl moved to LA. and hasn't talked to the guy since. And the guy, he directed this film as part of a festival, but they cuts to him kind of staring. I guess more of he got the proof he wanted, but at what cost? So he's not being like a, ha ha, it's such great. No, his buddy, his friend died. And then the person he loved, she was so scared of the event, understandably, she just moved away. So he lost two friends. One, I mean, you might as well say he's dead. He's a fraud to say whatever the hell he is. Might as well be dead. And then, like, in the middle of the credits, they set up, I guess, a sequel because you see that he still has the wand. And he's looking at it. Now, I don't know. And then, like, Frogman will return. I'm like, what? Like a Marvel movie? I mean, what? Does that mean he's going to go back to try to find his friend? Is he going to go back to get revenge? I don't know. I mean, I'd be curious if that was the case. If it was like, I'm going to get revenge, or I'm going to get my friend and get him back, and actually follow through with that and not be like, psych, that's what you expected would happen, but everybody's dead. You know, don't do that. If that's the case, you have the wand, shoot some motherfuckers, you know, maybe. But maybe they didn't have the budget for that. You know. But like I said, I liked the silly idea of the Frogman. I like that it was done practical effects. You do see it. It's not like you see nothing, that's it. I liked the three leads. I thought they worked well performance-wise, chemistry-wise. I liked that it went a little bit batshit insane in the third act. At least a little bit. So it didn't seem like nothing happened. It didn't seem anticlimactic. I liked that the ending was, you know, not your typical everybody dies like 90% of these movies are, because it just feels predictable at that point when you do it that way. So yeah, overall, I thought this was a nice surprise. Like I said, the 1999, that Pralia footage, I thought fit with the proceedings. Made it seem a bit more moodier, a bit more creepier in atmosphere because of the rough, grainy quality of the footage. I don't know if this would ever get a sequel because I don't think anybody's heard of this. Like, I can't assume this film was a hit. And usually you make a sequel because the first was a hit, but I don't know. They did a Horror in the High Desert too. I really liked the first one. Second one was okay, now it's good. But, I mean, yeah, I'd be curious to see a second one, but I don't think... I would be very, very surprised if it ever happened. But, there you go. But yeah, with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.